So I'm just going to give a review of my experience with rugby muscle, working with TJ. Um, so I started in March, and I have followed TJ on Instagram, and he put up a post which kind of clicked with me at the time. So I was coming to the end of a rugby season. I had been training, doing semi-private training in the gym, which was expensive enough, but it was good. I got good results from it. But I kind of wanted to develop my own routine, I guess, in a gym by myself. And yeah, so I joined another gym, which was cheaper, and I just want to be able to kind of work by myself, in the long term. So me personally, I like play rugby, and I've always kind of had a bit of extra weight on. Well, not always, but like in the last, let's say, 5-6 years, and so I kind of wanted to get rid of that primarily, build up a routine of going to the gym, with my own workouts, kind of following a program by myself, and yeah, and like I think the weight loss anyways was the main one. So I was at 93 kilos, and as I joined, COVID happened, and then I went into lockdown, so gym closed, so we had to kind of rethink things. But I think I'd done a couple of weeks of kind of intro at that stage, and I found it good. And then when we moved to the program, so I was going to the park 6 days a week, and one of the workouts I could do at home, but I was doing them all in the park, and it was brilliant. So like since then, well, I started with why I joined. Oh, I did already. Oh, never mind. I was going to keep talking. So the first few weeks were great. It was kind of building up the habit, and like I think I had 6 workouts to do, and this was agreed with it with TJ, kind of saying that this is what I'd like. I'm happy to get up every morning and go out and do it, and it was a great start to my day. Just building up that routine and checking in every Friday. And the check-in, I think the first couple of weeks I was like, oh, I've made like 3 or 4 sessions. I've missed this, I've missed that, and but we kind of kept tipping away at it, like, and building on that. And so eventually then I was doing 6 sessions a week, even with busy weeks and work. I was working from home, so I had to change to that. But getting up and out into the park was a brilliant routine for me, clearing my head first thing in the morning, get all the work done. It was superb. And there was a point where I just had a great week, and then I had another one, and it was superb. And TJ had mentioned about being, finding the point when you're on autopilot, and that was it for me. I was automatically, it was just like routine. Get up, it wasn't too tough. Going to the park, doing the workout. The workouts were great as well, because like they had low intensity, which was almost like kind of extended cardio, and then the high intensity, which wasn't as tough as I thought it would be. It was like jumps and plyometrics and all that, and really enjoyable because there was quite a variety between all of the days. And I've learned a lot, and finding things that have benefit me, and I feel springier and lighter on my feet, and it wasn't a huge amount of work to do, and I think as well for me spreading it over 6 days was great instead of trying to get everything into 3, because I just enjoy the routine of it, like. So that was very nice to kind of get to that point. And as well with the dieting, that took a while to kind of figure out, because my weight stayed the same the whole time, for like the first month and a half, and eventually I was using my fitness pal, and like I eventually kind of got to the point where I was like, this is not sustainable, because I was eating like a huge amount, and I was just about burning off the same amount, so it's going to be staying the same. And so we switched then to getting a certain amount of protein in and working from there. And it took 2 weeks for me to kind of get to a point where I was having really refined protein meals, and then additional kind of fruit and veg on top of that, and that worked a treat. So now my breakfast is like the same every day. It's porridge with a bit of protein and some like nuts and seeds and stuff like that, and then lunch is a smoothie, and like my evening tea is like whatever it is I've cooked, I'll pre-cook it, and it'll be a good amount of food, and it's it's tasty and all that. But that's my routine, and my snacks went down, and then my appetite went down. I wasn't hungry all the time, and some mornings I was like leaving food behind me in the bowl and all that, but then my weight just kind of started going down and down and down and down, and my energy was the same. Everything was consistent, so that was super. And that's what I wanted. That's what I was looking for. And to be honest, after about a month, I was like, oh, I don't know, like I'm fine. I'm doing exercises, and I'm sure I'm building skills and abilities to bring onto the football pitch or the rugby pitch, but I'm not losing weight. And then it kind of started working. So it was worth sticking out, the first 6 weeks, 7 weeks, to start seeing that effect coming in. And it was me learning about it as well. It wasn't like waiting for the program to kick in. I obviously did some changes in week 6 and week 7, which had a big effect. But I had to, not like looking back, I knew what I had to do, but also I had to realize it. Because there's one thing to know exactly, like everyone knows how to lose weight, eat less food, but then to realize exactly how you're going to do that, I think is different. And so that was good. The weekly check-ins were great as well, because it just kind of kept me accountable, which was what I was looking for as well. Because it's happened before where I've started off something, and after the first week or first day, even sometimes it just goes out the window. But that was like March, April, May, June, over 3 months, and it was superb. March, April, May, June, 4. So yeah, it's great. So now I was 93 kilos and down to 82. And that's superb, and I can feel it. I'm fitting back into clothes that I haven't worn in quite some time, and I've kind of gone out and seen friends, and they're like, it's you lost weight, you look lighter, you look great, which is really nice. I've got a really good routine, which I'm very happy with, and I'm not too stressed out about like kind of hitting all the goals all the time. I know it's a long term thing, because like I don't have coronavirus, which is great, but one of the guys in the house did, and then I ended up getting a fever, so I had to self-isolate for 2 weeks, so I couldn't go out and about. But I worked around it, and I decided to take 1 week off just to rest, and then back onto it this week with modified workouts, and not to the same amount as I was doing before, but still enough to kind of keep me tipping over. And my diet is the same, and I'm 82 kilos today. I didn't put on weight, I lost it, so that says a lot to me, which it's a relief, because you worry that what if you change this and change that, but the food habits are there, and they're very consistent, they're very good. And I know that like next week when I get back to it, be back in the park following the routine again, so it's very reassuring. And I really feel like I'm very glad that I took the step to do this. Worked out quite well at the time, even though part of me was thinking, great, of all times for me to like sign up for online coaching and the gym's closed, but we worked around it, and that was good. I think it was a bit of a lifesaver, just at that time. So yeah, that's it.